hit that like button, smash all that shit. Smash that shit, nigga. Smash that shit. Alright, where's the fucking, there's the fucking thing there. Ah, this fucking paint. Yeah, just like Ex Machina. Don't fuck with. Yeah, it's just like Ex Machina, but don't fuck it.
The makers of Arch Hero, Survivor.io, and Copy Bar Go.
Why you can't just walk in?
Well, they have this scam now, like Southwest, and I think
Southwest is different. Southwest is sit wherever you can.
yeah, but like you can claim that you're like you can claim that you're handicapped. You don't have to prove anything.
Anyone can do that.
And but yes, right. But you're having people do that now, and they let them on first.
Always.
So like I flew Southwest here, and almost half the plane was these people in these like little shopping cart things, like boarding first. It was miserable.
Well, but anyway, the point is, when you say like the Chinese tourists, I think it's born of the communism in the country, because my theory is that throughout the past 70 or whatever years of these communist nations, if you were passive, you died. They were starving to death. So the people who are willing to rip the food out of your hand and eat it to live ended up surviving, and the culture they build is, out of my way, I'm taking what I have to take. So Japan, it's a very honorific society. They say, stand in line, and the communist Chinese are like, out of my way, I'm taking what I have to take.
I've been to Russia a couple times to play shows, and I noticed the same kind of phenomenon. The Russian people kind of behave the same way in the airport, like everyone just rams in, there's not a lot of lines.
Because all of the people who were honorable and passive and said, I'll protect my neighbor, died and starved to death because of the Soviets.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that. Makes sense.
Yep.
How was TSA on the way here, given the government shutdown? I don't know where things relatively.
I mean, I had pre-check, so I just rushed right through.
Well, what about returning?
Oh, you mean, from Japan? Oh, it was easy. I have global entry, so.
Oh, wow.
You scan your face and just, I
You're a
was,
global citizen.
I travel a lot, I love traveling.
Well, I'm really trying to wonder about the impact of this government shutdown. We haven't mentioned it.
I can't tell.
Practically affects people.
Yeah.
We're heading into almost the longest shutdown that we've ever had. I thought it was going to go for over a month, given the incentives. But if you know, people even like you who are at airports aren't seeing it. I think the major consequence right now is just that a lot of the military isn't getting paid, or DHS. I think agents aren't getting paid, and a lot of people in our government. But
Yeah, average
Beyond
person
that,
doesn't feel it. At least not right
the
now.
average American certainly, I don't believe even knows that the government is shut down.
No, most people.
No, they don't.
No.
Absolutely not.
Because for most people, that doesn't mean anything.
I don't know about most people.
I learned that the government was shut down because I was filing an FTC complaint against Liquid Death, and came across that the government is shut down, so it's not currently operating. But the website at least. So, but it's okay because we're talking about just something that's happening.
Liquid Death, that's such a dumb name. Oh, so edgy, Liquid Death,
You know what's
but it's
funny
made in
is,
water.
Well, that's what they market up, being edgy. Wasn't it like originally? This is how I remembered it.
Water's the gift of
You
life.
gave up your soul if you drank it, or you.
That was one of the campaigns they did.
Yeah.
This is the funny thing because the Brian Krasenstein posted a photo of himself drinking Liquid Death, which, I think any reasonable person can conclude he's doing it because I was beefing with the CEO,
True.
which has just turned the beef into a partisan tribal issue,
Yeah.
which is generally just bad for any brand, unless you're a media brand in one particular space. And so it's like, the crazy thing about this, I've seen so many messages from conservatives who want to see Liquid Death fail because they hexed their water with a witch doctor, and they had some witch curse or something they did.
Isn't it just tap water? So like hexing tap water?
Well, the water is like Virginia spring water or something.
Oh.
And then the water they use for most of their soft drinks, which is the majority of drinks they make, is the CEO said it was reverse osmosis municipal tap water from Los Angeles.
So they're hexing tap water
No, it's
from LA.
LA
But here's the thing, is
fucking
you see on his
water.
post now, there's this controversy where conservatives are like, guys, this is a satanic brand promoting witches, witch doctors, demons, and selling your soul. Don't buy from them. And my attitude was like, I don't care about any of that. My concern is that it's a fake environmental claim, and the dude's a liar. And more so, he just won't stop doubling down on it. But it's turning into a culture war issue because Christian conservatives are like, wait a minute, what do you mean they are satanic and have witches curse their water? And I'm just like, that has nothing to do with me. That was never my complaint or argument. But you're seeing a bunch of Christian conservatives now be like, we're going to cancel this woke company. And Brian Krasenstein was like, let's make sure we give him a reason.
Of course.
Posting a picture, like, why would you do that? It's
Why would you want like
ridiculous.
4'10" Brian Krasenstein like promoting your brand?
Bro, if I was at a beverage company and the Krasenstein started drinking, I'd be like, I'm Brad. Because all that's guaranteed to happen is conservatives started attacking the Krasensteins, and in turn attacking Liquid Death as being woke, as bad, as left. There you go. I mean, if you want to make your brand political, then burn it down like this. But the funny thing is the CEO won't stop tweeting at me because he's got like no media experience, and he keeps incriminating himself to the point now where this morning I get a notification that he's tweeting at someone accusing. There's like a person with like 50,000 followers was like, "Oh wow, you're committing fraud," basically. So now because the CEO just won't shut up about it, he's being accused of committing fraud on his donations, and as like a legal response, screaming, "No, don't do it."
The marketing disaster or something. It's just totally idiot.
Yeah, but I'm curious in this regard, because so I mean, full disclosure, we are filing an FEC complaint. We already have the draft complaint done. And we're going after them for misleading claims and a variety of factors. And this is a government regulatory body, which means we don't have any costs. I submit the complaint, and if the FTC agrees, then they file, and then Liquid Death has to go to a legal battle with the US government. However, what's happened now is there are a bunch of conservatives that are trying to make this into a woke Bud Light scenario because Liquid Death is like satanic. And the attitude from a lot of people is don't buy their drinks, they have witches curse their beverage. You gotta push out any cultural references that promote Satanism, even as a joke.
It's just kind of a pain in the ass to buy canned water. that's the thing. It's just a pain in the ass.
Personally, I like seltzer, so.
You can't like here I could drink this water, I can seal it back up, I could, but with the can, like you have to commit to the whole can.
Here's some more data for you guys. Did you know that all canned beverages have plastic inside them?
Yeah.
And that plastic liners in cans are more susceptible to heat damage, delamination, which can result in the plastics going into your food more than a plastic water bottle.
That's why we have microplastics in our.
I have so much plastics in my balls that I don't even give a shit.
I follow
They're all
Brian.
plastic.
I follow Brian Johnson.
They're
The
pure
Don't Die
Which
guy.
one? The Liver King guy or the Don't Die guy?
No, not the fraud guy.
They're both
The alien guy.
They're
The
kind of,
alien guy.
Not the liver, not the steroid guy, the alien guy.
Yeah, not the steroid guy.
He was on steroids, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
No, I actually like
geared
Brian
up.
Johnson only because he
Which
publishes
Brian
all
Johnson?
the alien guy, the guy
I
that
know,
doesn't
but-
want to die.
When we're joking about both of them, you're like, I actually like Brian Johnson. I'm like, we're
Like,
saying.
don't die, Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
Alien Brian Johnson. He has a documentary on Netflix, but he publishes all his data. He was talking specifically about the microplastics in his testicles, and he's said that he's effectively found a way to reduce them, and it's by using the sauna every day. He uses the sauna.
Oh, so it
Yeah,
circulates.
it actually does like flush out the system.
I feel like that kills your sperm count too now.
Well, yes, you're correct, and he's talked about this. He ices
Putting
his
your-
balls when he's in the sauna. He's got an ice pack on his balls. He also published his data on how long his
This guy,
I wanna know.
I'm actually,
What's that?
I wanna say this.
His age.
Yes.
Isn't he like 50, 60?
Yeah, but he has high T. That's a sign of a healthy man. Is you still get morning woods.
Yeah, wow.
I just wanna say, I actually am somewhat of a fan of the guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, he's a weirdo.
Well, yeah, but he's great.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Ian. I feel like Ian would ice his balls in the sauna.
Ian likes to talk about how his biological age is lower than his actual age.
He does look very young.
That's because he locks him, he's in his, so there's two things that benefit Ian's age. No sunlight and caloric deprivation. That's not a joke.
He doesn't eat, huh?
He look at him, he's a twig.
Like, yeah,
Ian is,
How old is he?
about 50?
45.
He's 45.
I thought he was in his 30s when I first met him. He still, I think, looks like
I wear one of those Oura rings, and it tells me I'm younger than mine. My biological age was younger. It says 6 years younger.
Oh, that's
What's your biological age?
It says I'm 33,
So
34.
you're,
I hear Mexicans have a hard wall that once they get past it, they turn into.
I think that's the women.
No,
I think that's the women.
is that a slur?
Well, I'm brown, so I can say it.
Is that a slur?
I give you the pass. You can say it.
Well, he could pass for Mexican if he wanted to.
Do you think so?
Yeah. We were worried about you a lot.
Do you think so? As a Mexican?
I wouldn't. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Adios mío.
You were talking Spanish to me in the thing over there, telling me to plug in stuff into the wall.
We got really worried that Ilad was going to self-harm when we heard Bolton got indicted.
yeah.
So we were trying to do
I thought about you.
I was afraid that you're.
Dude, I did get pissed off. Seamus sent me a text.
Jump off.
I was like, this fucking guy's being so fucking coy with me. He's like, hey, how you staying up right now? Are you the John Bolton news? Fucking Seamus. Any laws that John Bolton broke, he should be held to the highest standard of the law and be prosecuted to the highest level of the law for anything
Nah.
for any laws that he did.
A lot of working on a prison break already.
But I'd suspect that this will eventually be tossed. That this case will be tossed. Yeah, we'll see.
No.
It's actually very reminiscent
Have you seen the case?
classified documents case.
No, it's way worse. He apparently
He was like sharing it with his family members.
to make money.
Wasn't he like
Did you hear
teasing
about
it too? He's like, oh, I've got more coming or something to that effect.
Yeah, and he was having third parties leak it or whatever. I don't know if the accident or something. Accident or something.
He's cooked. He's always cooked.
Look, if
No,
you
no,
think these are
wait. You should be happy about this because that means there's room for a new Bolton.
Could be you.
It could be you. You know what I mean? Like you're in the White House. And you're the press, and you see Trump, and you say, Mr. President, with John Bolton being indicted, there's now an opening for someone like Bolton,
It's like, what would John Bolton say in the Oval? Like, why don't you bomb Venezuela? Maybe I'll just start telling, like, just try to start like.
You need to ask him, Mr. President, now that Bolton's gone, do you need someone to take the fall for being a warmonger? Because I'm right here, bro.
You need a war hawk in the you go for the Overton window.
We were talking about how like ICE agents are taking tips from like right-wing journalists. You could be like that, but for like war. You can get tips.
I think there is something to be said, though, about former administration officials being indicted in the new form of the administration. I also do wonder if the people in the current administration do wonder about their prospects for criminal prosecution in the future once they leave office. Tom Homan's wrapped up in this 50K scandal, they're calling Stephen Miller a fascist and saying that whatever he's directing and to happen with ICE and DHS is criminal. Same with Christy Noem, so I do think it's fascinating. I do wonder if any of his cabinet thinks like, maybe I could be thrown under the bus down the line.
This is your pitch, bro. You need to pitch to Trump that you can be the Bolton heel of the administration. So when Trump is like, we gotta bomb Venezuela, you say, I got this, Mr. President. You go on TV and say, I'm bombing Venezuela, and Trump can go, oh no, wait, don't do it.
If he needs somebody to like be able to say like, oh, this madman's whispering in my ear, telling me to bomb you guys. Like, I don't want to give him what he wants. Like, I hope you guys can talk me out of it.
You can do that, madman.
Like, hey, he's saying send tomahawks, Putin. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I should take his advice. Maybe I should send some tomahawks.
Here's the question, though. Do you think the corporate press is still pro-Israel, or are they anti-Israel?
I don't think there is a monolith when it comes to the so-called corporate
It
press.
used to be all pro-Israel.
Is Al Jazeera corporate media?
I'm saying back in the day when you had these principal news brands, NBC, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, the one thing they'd all agree on was support for Israel. Al Jazeera, of course, is rising up relatively new. I don't think we have Al Jazeera America. They're out of business. So people in the US get access to Al Jazeera English, which I think is like in the UK or something. But now I'm wondering with the current trends among the left, Fox News, of course, is still pro-Israel. They got Mark Levin? Mark Levin. Mm-hmm. But I'd have to imagine MSNBC has to be anti-Israel.
There definitely isn't the consensus there that there used to be, say with CNN. Definitely with their new Muslim hosts. Over at MSNBC, I believe they had Mehdi Hasan for a little bit, and then they also had, like, I don't know, his little brother or cousin.
If you listen to like Morning Joe, which still styles itself as kind of the inside Washington morning show to watch, generally that's pro-Israel, even though they do have a lot of people that are considerably further left than you would likely hear on Fox News. But when it comes to like the actual daytime stuff, I think it's probably pretty consistently anti-Israel on this. And I imagine that's a similar phenomenon with CNN.
We're going to go to yours, Super Chats and Rumble Rants. So smash the like button, share the show with literally everyone you know. You can follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast. Of course, the Rumble-only uncensored portion of the show will be coming up at 10 p.m. at rumble.com/TimcastIRL. Make sure to check that out. Don't miss it. And you got to join our Discord server at timcast.com. Community is our strength. Unity is our strength. When they say diversity is our strength, they mean their strength. They mean fracturing, dividing, and conquering. Join the Timcast Discord server because we're working on some pretty big announcements. We're going to be, we're experimenting this Friday with Timcast IRL. The plan is to pre-record a little bit earlier in the day because usually the Friday night shows, there's not a whole lot of news as it is, and we generally go conversational. So we're like, let's do a little bit earlier and bring in the Discord members in the last half hour of the show instead of the Super Chats and have them be more involved with the main show that will then premiere at the same time. We're trying to find ways to keep people more involved and do more community work with the Discord, so check that out. We also have a big event coming up at the DC Comedy Loft, November 8th. Get your tickets now. They are going to disappear fast. Still preferred seating available, but this is modern dating. We've got Emily Saves America, Alex Stein, Myron Gaines, Brian Shapiro, and myself. We've done, this would be, I think, our fourth. This is our fourth one, right? And all of them effectively sold out. So I recommend getting your tickets and showing up. It's hilarious. It's good fun. You, as members of the audience, are invited to join us on the debate stage. The way it works, we do about a half an hour of general conversation. Then we invite people who have submitted their point of view on the subject matter, which in this case is dating in the modern age. You come up, you make your point, you have about a minute at the microphone, and if Your point is well received. You are invited to join the debate for the next 5 or so minutes. And if you're really good, you stay up there for longer. So we consider it to be like Jubilee meets Kill Tony. And guys, come. It's a lot of fun. We do have another one coming up the next week after we had to move it because of No King's protest. So check it out. But for now, let's grab your Rumble Rants. We got Mason M93 says the Clintons stole everything not nailed down from the White House when her husband left office. Can they literally do nothing but accuse the right of their own crimes?
They stole estimated $190,000 worth of property from the White House, and then they are, if I understand correctly, they returned or paid for about 80,000 of it. So they still, pardon me?
What did they steal?
Dishes, like everything
Nicole
everything that wasn't nailed down.
was taken from her.
What?
I said Monica Lewinsky's innocence was taken from her.
That's,
Wasn't she an adult?
She was a very young adult.
she was an adult, she was
I
20
think
years old.
she was an intern.
20?
She was an intern, it was a
I don't play that.
thing to do, but.
I don't play these leftist games.
And she actually was opportunistically working with the president during shutdown, actually, government shutdown, where some of the other employees weren't there. So she had the opportunity to move up the ranks. So
She was working with him.
I don't play these like leftist games of like, oh, the man had power and she didn't. It's like, bro, people make choices.
I think there's a little bit of a dynamic
For
when it comes to
minors.
the president and an intern, but
No,
not an illegal.
this is leftism stuff, dude, where it's like, I had no choice because my boss told me to do it. What are you talking about? You said, I'm leaving.
I think.
And then, but this is the point. If Bill Clinton grabbed her and threw her down and got on top of her, I'd be like, whoa, man, that's crazy. He was like, you want to hook up? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, what's the problem?
When you're that famous,
Don't do it at work. That's messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The idea that people don't have agency is something that the left loves to use. They love to say that victims are victims because they don't have the ability to stop, or they don't have enough agency to say no for themselves. And then you see it whether it be people that are committing crimes, or you see it on an international level with like the Gaza Israel stuff, like, well, the people in Gaza, they had to attack Israel. It wasn't, it's not their fault. They were being oppressed and blah, blah, blah. You see that kind of stuff all the time, and I don't out of hand.
Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky were both adults. They consented, and they did it at work. That's the problem.
I agree
You should
that
both get in trouble.
illegal, but it probably wasn't untoward for the president to be
It was very bad.
engaging in that type of
Cheating on his wife.
I believe.
I mean, I
was he
get
in
it.
office?
It's Hillary, you know what I mean?
She used to be attractive, but
She was. I've been trying to tell them this, and they don't.
She looks like.
Can we pull up the old
Yeah.
photos with the glasses? I swear she looks like one of my ex-girlfriends.
That is, you are wrong.
Wait, are we? Let's
Hold on,
look
I
up.
gotta search.
At the college.
She looked attractive. She
Yeah.
looked like Sabrina Carpenter a little bit when she was younger. I'm not
Yeah,
joking.
definitely.
The face, the face. I don't know about the bodies.
100%.
I'm not
Those
joking.
curls.
I will say nowadays, Monica Lewinsky looks really good.
Wow.
Yeah, nowadays she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and say no.
No.
No, that's
You're
That's
gonna
not,
say-
that's
you're gonna
not a
say-
great photo. You got,
with those cheekbones, those high cheekbones.
that's an older photo. I think they're well.
They're
It's
all.
a different. Well, it's a different photo than the one I saw.
I think I know which
You
one
know
we're
what I'm
talking
talking
about as well.
This one?
No, with the glasses. This is too young.
It's like a high school.
Wait.
College kid. Whatever. We need a different photo.
Oh, I know it. Oh, hold on. There's an adult one. You're talking about, oh, come on, here we go. You're talking about this one aloud?
And that's not bad, man. That's not bad. The turtleneck, is it?
I mean, have you seen the size of an average American woman nowadays?
Oh, okay. Elon's talking about this one.
That's Hillary Clinton.
That's
Florence Lee.
Is that?
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, hold on. You're saying she was too young in those? Okay, here you go, Elon.
No, this is when she fell off.
She fell off at like 6.
No, like
All right. Come on.
Falling off.
How many?
Yeah, a young Liz.
Is that? Are you kidding?
An innocent young Hillary Clinton. All right.
Enough.
Let's get the next super chat.
Shut the fuck up.
Bro, Elon, I don't think so.
No, there was at least
There was a
one photo.
time.
Oh, I know which one. I know which one Elon's talking about. You guys are talking about this one. All right, I'm done screwing with you guys. I know what photo you're talking about the whole time.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
It's an actual photo, isn't it?
We'll see. I don't think that there was a time.
It looks like a nice American woman.
Yeah. But could you imagine, like, if you went back in time and you met her, you just, you ever see Shallow Hal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where Jack Black, he only sees what people really like?
Mhm.
You would see her, but it would look like this. You'd like, everyone would see this, and you would see this. There's nothing you can do about it.
I think she looks like a quintessential American woman in that photo.
She'd be like young, and here's the thing too, like she's not yet become the warmongering desperate that Elon is so turned on by.
Yeah, that's really what it is, isn't it? It's her willing. You were like when she was running for president, she was like, I would create a no-fly zone over Syria, thereby making it almost guaranteed that the U.S. would go to war with Russia. You were like, now we're talking, baby.
No.
That gets me hot.
No. You see, when she says at first, we're gonna have a no-fly zone over Syria, Elon's like, that's what I'm talking about. Then she's told that would mean war with Russia, and she goes, I know. Elon goes, he still might be that hard. And then when she goes, we came, we saw, he died. Elon goes, oh!
Yeah.
That was the line. I really want to get the Warhawks going. That's the line.
Jesus.
All right, anyway, let's read more of these chats.
Offensive.
ETRD says, I don't believe they are anti-Tim, not all of them. They have stand-down orders from the mayor and head of the department. They literally just stood there. They didn't willfully shield them. Bad take. This is what I'm talking about. Back the blue, no matter who. This is what is this? The conservative back the blue, no matter who. Like literally, you have communist cops being like, "You're free to go, Antifa woman," and they're like, "Nah, but he didn't know." I'm like, "Are you kidding, bro?"
Totally.
The cop literally says to the DHS guy, "Well, we don't know what she's running from. You didn't see her using daylight flashlights blasting the cops."
Why are you standing there? If you don't know, if you're not watching, you're standing right here.
Yeah, why would you just be like, "I'm not involved," and walk away? He instructed DHS from arresting her, and then she ran away. The cops protected her. This is insane that conservatives are like, all cops are always good no matter what. Back the blue no matter who. It's the stupidest thing imaginable. I'm sorry. It's just insane.
It is.
There are going to be Antifa guys who intentionally get jobs as police officers. And I will add this to the argument. You got a good cop who's been in the force for 10 years, and he's like, I'm going to clean these streets up. Then they go, oh, hey, Officer Smith, I'd like to introduce you to your new boss, Antifa. And the Antifa guy goes, I want you to protect terrorists. And he goes, okay. Am I supposed to be okay with that? It's like, but the Antifa's telling him what to do. I'm like, yeah, so quit. Dude, the good cops have already quit a long time ago. We saw it during COVID.
Yes.
All right. KL Tanker says, last night you talked about the Panera lemonade. It was lemonade, a lemonade dispenser, but it had a giant sign saying, charged lemonade with clean caffeine powered by green coffee extract. Agreed. I don't think, what was it like, 200 and something milligrams per cup?
Didn't somebody die from
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that stuff is.
So a cup of coffee has around 90 milligrams. 400! Come on, dude, a cup of coffee has around 90. So I track the total caffeine milligrams in all the drinks that I have when I have coffee in the morning. Did you know that cold brew, a cup of cold brew, is like 300? Insane. Yeah, so I drink like only half of a cup of cold brew because it's insane. We got these yerba mates and they have 150. I track all the stuff. But if you saw a dispenser that's a caffeinated drink and you're thinking it's probably fine, you didn't realize it's 400 milligrams of caffeine. That's crazy. But whatever, man. I don't know.
Everything's supersized nowadays.
Well, apparently she kept filling it back up and drinking more. And then she'd kill herself because she was too much liquor. James Walker says Tom Hardy did do the final voice of Bane. His lines were muffled because of the mask, so he had to go back to do ADR after filming. He based the voice on a Romanian gypsy he knew. That was terrible.
No, Romanian gypsy sounds like.
But you know, the problem was that the Joker was too good. It was like the best Joker in any Batman media ever. The fan theories about Dark Knight Joker, like that he was ex-military, that he was the actual good guy. You guys know that the Joker in Dark Knight was the good guy, right?
No, that's a wild theory.
It's true.
I love crazy theories like that.
It's not crazy. If you actually watch the movie and then watch Dark Knight Rises, you can see everything Joker did. What did he do? He got rid of the mob, and he got rid of vigilantism. He got rid of an emotionally overzealous prosecutor. He cleaned up Gotham. Batman flees. Joker succeeds in most of what he tried to do. Batman stops him on his last plot, and then Dark Knight Rises starts, Batman's retired, the Mafia is gone, Gotham is clean. Bane then comes back with the League of Shadows, saying like, no, we're not gonna let it go, and we're gonna blow it up again, and then Batman comes out of retirement to stop Bane. They expect one of us to be in the Rumble.
I haven't seen Batman, I'm sorry.
You haven't seen those movies? They weren't much.
That's why there's no lights here in the line, okay? Because all men do is talk about Batman all the time, and you don't, and so you're...
That's why you like war.
No, because I'm talking about, War IRL, not
You
this
want
Batman.
war IRL, not Batman IRL.
Well, War IRL is kind of more fascinating.
Batman is the most powerful superhero in all comic book existence.
Mhm.
Wow. Technically, that's not true, because there's like Marvel's one above all or whatever. But in terms of individual superheroes on Earth, or actually in almost every circumstance, the general concept of what Batman is that given enough time, he can overcome any. Yeah.
Time thing.
That's the theory. It's like Batman is smart enough to overcome any obstacle with enough preparation. So when they did the Marvel crossover with DC, Batman defeats the Hulk by throwing nerve gas at the Hulk, and then striking his solar plexus, forcing Hulk to inhale, and then passing out. So Batman, a regular human with technical ability. That's why Batman and Iron Man are like my favorite characters, because they're just people. They're just guys. You know, you got these people like Captain Marvel's the worst, especially in the movies. She's like, I just have power for no reason, and it's shut up. Batman's a dude who's like, I'm gonna train and, fight for justice.
So relatable, you could be Batman, if you work hard enough.
Right, that's the general idea. Like, anyone can be a superhero like Batman. Iron Man invented stuff, although he's kind of a dick. That was kind of the point of Iron Man, was to create a villain in every way but his deeds. So he's an alcoholic, womanizing, cussing, billionaire, industrialist. You should hate him, but he's the hero, so it was like an interesting dichotomy.
He's great.
Yeah, let's read some more. All right, let's see. Hitler was a vegetarian. That's interesting. It says, I work in film. Gavin's new tax incentive now requires us to start every meeting with a land... What? With a land acknowledgement. And we are required to attach a land acknowledgement to every call sheet. No way that's true.
That can't be true.
Someone check that.
Yeah,
Because it's believable, right?
What's the law?
Is that Native American, in Hollywood, they have to do
No, I
land
hear it being
acknowledgements.
for
Oh.
Land acknowledgement.
Land acknowledgement. All right.
I thought we were done with the land acknowledgement bullshit, frankly. I thought that died
No,
along with the...
King gave the land back. Not in Canada. I'm not your buddy guy, says Civil War. Who am I to speak out? Our government is just giving away land to the natives without consent to the landowners. Kyle says Liquid Death CEO continues to crash out and it's clearly hurting his brand. Can we start a campaign to get Spindrift to switch to glass bottles too? Spindrift is amazing. I love Spindrift, and I believe that the Spindrift, there's some connection there. Like, I think maybe that company has an investment in Liquid Death or whatever. But what I will say, what's really funny about the Liquid Death thing is the CEO won't stop tweeting at me. Like, it's now days later, and I don't even really care. So the gist of what happened is, after we did the debate, I said in the show, I was like, listen, if you fix your marketing, that's my principal complaint. I think the drinks are actually great, low sugar is good. Just fix it. And he said he was gonna. And I said, okay. And then the issue was that people started posting about the bet he had made on stream where he challenged me. He claimed he never said 10% on his company's website. It did. And I said, gentleman's bet. It's 10%. He goes, $1 million. And I was like, are you sure? Here we go. And I pulled it up and it says 10%. It's set for over a year. And there's 3 years of third-party reporting confirming that his company set 10% of profit per can, which means gross profit. That's legal. So he said $1 million, and then people started posting, Tim Pool just won $1 million. There was like a trend on X, and so I tweeted out, give the $1 million to Five Gyres, the company you already work with. I was basically saying, yeah, we're done. It was basically me closing off Tim Pool won $1 million, and I was basically saying, we're done with this, go do your thing. I figured saying give $1 million to the nonprofit you already donate to was basically saying do nothing.
Doesn't have to prove it. Just say
Yeah, because he could have been like, hey, let's go. Instead he tweeted at me, how about you issue a public apology to me and my company?
Oh.
You're only doing this because I fired your skateboard friend, and if then, after your apology, if the nonprofit agrees to an extended payment plan, we'll consider it, or something like that. And then I was just like, holy crap, this dude's nuts. He's like, his ego is bigger than the plastic footprint they produce from their So I said, okay, go after yourself. I'll file the FTC complaint myself.
Fuck yourself, I'll follow it.
And then what he did was, he kept tweeting, increasing the amount of FTC violations that we believe we can present. It's actually quite insane, the amount of things he keeps saying, which are like, dude, you can't say these things. And now there's potential defamation because he like this dude is bro, the CEO of LuGuru is having a mental breakdown over this. I'm getting kind of nervous over how messed up he is. At first it was funny that he was crashing out. Now I'm genuinely concerned about his like potential self-harm. He went on ChatGPT and he made a fake graph, posted through the corporate brand account, where he was like, your pool boy is so mad because his views are going down. And then it's just this fake thing that claims from 2012, yes, to 2024, Timcast IRL got 1.1 million views per episode. And that in 2025, we only get 70,000 views per episode. And I'm like, the CEO of a beverage company that brought in $333 million last year went on ChatGPT and made a fake graph to try and get at me because he's having a mental breakdown. And I'm just sitting there being like, listen, bro, I tweeted, I was like, let me get serious, dude. I'm a troll on X. I say random things. I just posted a video of Ian Crossland spraying water out of his mouth and blowing up a house like a fire hose. I'm goofing off. This is the brand account of a company that has investors like Live Nation, apparently. I think it's like Live Nation's an investor and a bunch of pro skateboarders. And this dude fabricated a graph to defame Timcast IRL, exposing him not just to FTC violations, but now potential private litigation. Why would you do that? It's just, I'm like, bro, I tweeted at him, I was like, you need media training? You're easily baited by troll posts? And this morning, the dude was tweeting at someone accusing him of fraud. I'm like, listen, there are people that are like, Tim, you're giving them publicity. I don't care, I'm goofing off. I posted my opinion on X, I don't care if the company makes or breaks or do whatever. And now, because of his statements, you've got people tweeting at him that he committed fraud with donations, and they're having to respond to these allegations. Bro, you should have just said nothing. It's pretty messed up. And we have 4 or 5 principal claims against him now because he won't shut up. Every time he tweets, there's a potential violation that our lawyer, like we're talking with our lawyers and we're like, yo, look what he's saying. And they're like, wow, he's making the claims like the FTC violations potentially greater. It's pretty clear though. It was funny because I'll just say this, when I mentioned to my lawyer, I was like, we have a draft complaint to the FTC because they said you have the plastic, but they're cancer plastic. He was like, okay, I'll take a look. The next thing he said was, when he saw the photo of the aluminum can with the metal strip from it, he was like, holy crap! Because people don't know, cans are actually plastic bottles. So, on an aluminum can you're drinking out of, it's actually, when you strip the metal away, it's a plastic bag. You're drinking out of a plastic bag. People don't know that. Anyway.
Death to plastic, this guy sounds like a terrorist. We need to put him on the watch list. I love plastic. I'm part of Big Plastic. I got plastic balls. I love Big Plastic.
I got plastic balls.
You electric balls a lot.
I will stress this too. Here's the important thing to understand. This is not a private action that's being taken with the FTC. It's like I have no cost on this. I submit to the FTC, and if the FTC moves forward, it costs me $0. So the only exposure is on there, and there's no reason for this to bring this up. So I have no problem saying all these things because I'm not in a private litigation. There's something called the Green Guides in the FTC that specifically regulates environmental claims. My understanding of it, I could be wrong, but this is my understanding, is that they're trying to prevent people from claiming to be eco-friendly by maligning any other product. The reason is, you might get someone who says, don't use brick for your house, brick is bad for this reason, use hardy board. And that may not be true, and then you're using false environmental claims to promote your business. It's an FTC violation. The thing about glass bottles is that you can use cork liner, and you can make glass bottle products with paper stickers and cork liner that uses 0 plastic. But this dude from Liquid Death keeps making the claim that glass has more plastic, falsely maligning a clean alternative. Why? When I asked him on the show why didn't he use cork and glass, that it's too expensive. He's effectively saying, we could use plastic-free alternatives, but we lose money, we lose profit. It's an insane thing to say, and the dude keeps digging his grave deeper and deeper. That's why I keep tweeting at him, dude, stop, shut up. But he's like hell-bent on, I guess, sinking the company. I was actually wondering, like, I wonder if he got bad investors and he's regretting where the company's gone, so he's intentionally trying to nuke it, so that the investors are forced to cancel and pull out and he gets his company back or something. I don't know. It just seems insane that a CEO of a company that has revenues of $333 million for 2024 would be doing this degree of, self-harm. Let's grab some more. D3 FEC says, look at the Battle of Athens, Tennessee. Indeed. Crazy Larry says, Timcast in a AAA video game, NASCAR 25. That's right, did you guys know that? Timcast is in NASCAR 25.
Oh, the NASCAR
yeah,
driver that we sponsor?
Right. Cody Dennison, we have the car right there behind me.
That's
It's right, wait, put it back. Right there, that's the Timcast car. That's Ice Age, Magic the Gathering, and Fallen Empires. This is right here, the NASCAR model car Cody Dennison gave me. We sponsor him, ARCA Racing, and I think he's got a pickup truck as well as a car.
He does.
Yeah, and it's in the NASCAR video game.
There's
So cool. It's like I'm great, eternally grateful. It's amazing. Shout out to you.
Now, granted, this isn't going to be in the NASCAR video game, but there is a lawnmower that's the Timcast
That's
lawnmower.
true too.
Lawnmower.
There is a Timcast lawnmower racer. Yeah, we can mod the game.
Yeah.
So I think is the game out now? Because we're getting a copy for sure. We were talking to Cody about it. He's been sending me images of it too. When did it come out? Coming out November 11th. Yeah. Yo, that's crazy. It's super cool. I'm a big fan. You know, like Alison and I were playing poker one day. This is before the baby, and on all the TVs was ARCA Racing, and we're like, holy crap! Like, we're watching the Timcast car on TV. So cool. Super cool. The One Freeman says Hillary Clinton claiming it's not his house is rich, considering she had to return a bunch of furniture when she and Bill were evicted from the same house. It's not his house. She was evicted.
Get out of here.
All right. The Laughing Dead says, shout out to Tony, he's a good dude, won't even take hit piece money.
Why do you not know that?
The amount, we talked about this in the green room, like the amount of people who have offered me money to not run articles is notable.
This one's funny. Reggie Dan LZ says, I'm starting to feel like Tim's mad because he didn't know canned goods were lined with plastic. Yes. That's literally what I said I am mad about. He adds, or this is over his friend. Indeed it is not. The only reason I didn't go after Liquid Death sooner was because I was friends with Richie, who was on their team. When they fired him, I said, okay, I don't gotta be polite to you guys anymore. That was basically the gist. Richie went out of his way every day to make sure that he was promoting Liquid Death. So I was like, I'm not going to start a big spat and go after Liquid Death. And I gotta be honest, I tweeted one thing and I thought that was it. Like, I tweet at companies all the time. I tweet things about, you know, Taco Bell and what it does to your gut and the next day. But I love Taco Bell.
It's so
Nobody from Taco Bell attacks me or anything like that. So when they fired the entire skate team, I was like, there's nothing holding back my concern over what they do. Coca-Cola doesn't claim to destroy plastic. Sprite, PepsiCo, they don't say death to plastic. They don't tell you you're fighting plastic. They're not trying to mislead you. And so I'm quite literally angry that we spent thousands of dollars on Liquid Death because I thought aluminum can and death to plastic and infinitely recyclable meant it was a metal can. Infinitely recyclable is a lie. It's just not true. And he said 80% of people are buying for recyclability. He's lying. You can't recycle those cans infinitely because they have plastic in them.
Yep.
You have to burn the plastic off, which creates emissions, has to be filtered out, the filters become garbage, and the cans are only upwards of 70% recycled because you need what's called virgin aluminum for structural integrity of aluminum cans. So he keeps playing this game where he's trying to insinuate there's no plastic and the cans are infinitely recycled. And he told me on the show that I said, if I drink this, melt the can down, can it be reformed into a new can? He said, yes. That's a lie. So what I don't like is, if he came out and said, I'm sorry, I didn't realize people weren't aware of this. We thought because there's substantially less plastic, it was better. I would have been like, I feel you. Instead, he was like, nope, we're fine. F you, apologize. And I was like, okay, dude. But for the rest of you, smash the like button, share the show with everyone you know. We're going to the uncensored portion of the show. That'll be at rumble.com/TimCastIRL. Follow me on X and Instagram at TimCast. Join the Discord server at timcast.com. Tony, do you want to shout anything out?
Yeah, if you're a Texan and you're listening to this and watching, you need to follow us. We're like a must-follow for Texans that are into politics. We're a right-leaning organization, just at Current Revolt on Twitter, but more preferably currentrevolt.com.
Right on.
Tony, it's been very chill having you on IRL. I love your journalism, and I would like to see more people in the media space follow your lead. You're a great inspiration, I hope, to me and to many others. My name is Alad Eliyahu, everybody. I'm a White House correspondent here at TimCast. Thank you guys for tuning in, and if you are celebrating Diwali, please have a good Diwali.
You're not a White House correspondent, you are the
White House correspondent here at TimCast.
You need to get the credit for where it's due.
The only one.
I am Phil That Remains on Twix. I just did a feature, a new song called Cannibals by a band called Zillion. You can go to Spotify right now and download it, check it out. I'm really proud of how it came out. If you want to check out my band is All That Remains. You can check us out on Apple Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, Spotify, YouTube, and Deezer. Don't forget, the left lane is for crime.
We will see you all at rumble.com/TimCastIRL in about 30 seconds. Thanks for hanging out.
A peace plan for Gaza, a ceasefire in place, but Hamas is choosing terror, and on a
Check this out. We got Cody Dennison right here. NASCAR 25 drivers. There he is, the TimCast car. News, culture, and politics. Got a wing on it. Number 9, fast track racing. Look at that. He got it sponsored by Reese's. Are they all sponsored by Reese's? I think they are. I think the series is. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting though, because I would rather sponsor Cody directly and have the whole car say TimCast on it. Look how cool that is. It's got the wing on it. Than just have like a tiny little Reese's on every single thing. Number 0. That's actually a cool number. Nate Moeller. Shout out. 0 is a great number, huh?
It is. It's a special number.
And how do they pick the numbers?
I don't know.
Performance Cleaners sponsors D.L. Wilson. He's 60 years old. Yeah.
I like this thing that Cody says. How'd you pick your number, Cody?
I don't know dick about NASCAR. Is this big in the South? This is a big thing.
Bro, it's big everywhere.
It's big everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's big in the Northeast.
There's Loudon, New Hampshire. That's
Okay.
the Northeast track is Loudon. It's huge.
I've never been to a race. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Race.
Yeah, race is that.
We need to go to one. We just it's like we never travel, and so we were trying to go to one, and then Cody hooked up somebody here. I can't remember who it was. I don't know, somebody works with Kellen or something. They got to hang out in the pit or whatever.
What are the vibes of these? Like baseball game? I don't know. People get trashed.
Yeah, I mean,
Hot dogs, beer, nachos.
Yeah, okay.
you might want to bring your
Okay,
protection, maybe.
Okay.
They're loud.
Yeah, it's crazy. Where are they going? Like 200 something miles an hour?
They can, yeah.
That's wild. And did you ever see like a guy walk up the brim?
It's crazy.
It's like a wall.
The bank is crazy. Like you
Very
see,
angled.
It's
very.
steep.
It's like it's over 90 degrees. It's really.
Yeah, over 90 degrees, so they're going
Really?
upside down.
Not 90 degrees, you fucking moron.
Oh, I'm sorry. 45. Yeah, you're right. My bad. 45 degrees.
70-degree angle.
It is possible to go to loop all the way around if they're going fast enough, you know, enough force. But yeah, I think they should. I think it's time. that NASCAR adds loop-de-loops and like corkscrews. And if you fall, then, well, you know, you went too slow.
So the different tracks have a different degree, so it's relatively flat at Martinsville, which is 12 degrees, but then the steepest one is 36 degrees at Talladega Superspeedway.
Wow. I watched a video where a guy was like walking up it. He's like, people don't realize just how steep it is, because you watch on TV, it just looks kind of flat and making a left turn.
Yeah.
But are they usually just ovals, or are there any with like other?
For NASCAR, they're ovals.
Yeah.
But then there are different kinds of races, like Formula One are street style races with a lot of turns.
I don't get why Cody doesn't just like win all of them. It's just driving, right? Driving's easy.
Yeah, and all he has to do is drive and turn left.
It's a passing car.
Yeah, it is.
Just put your signal on. And then
Is this even a sport? I mean, come on, how hard could it really be? I'm teasing, I'm sure it's very difficult.
I don't know what we were supposed to talk about, but I think a lot want to just look at pictures of Hillary Clinton again.
It's a beautiful American woman in a photo like this, and I feel like, you know,
Dude, stop saying that.
This is what the Jews took from you, Tim.
I'm saying you're gonna get deported.
Saying you're gonna get deported.
Let me talk about this guy, this Maine Democrat Senate candidate who wore Antifa super soldier label on his armor.
This is the dude with the Nazi tattoo too.
Yeah, he's got a Nazi. He's got a
He's
Nazi.
the one on the,
Well, I told Tom,
tattoo on the chest.
The Totenkopf, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And he identified it as a Totenkopf. He didn't just say, he didn't just say that it's just a skull, blah, blah, blah. The argument that he makes now is,
Wait, hold
it's
on.
just a skull.
So do we like him or not?
No, he's a leftist.
Okay.
He's a leftist.
And he just let
It's a
it
joke,
go
because he's
too.
got a Nazi tattoo and Antifa, it's like,
He's confused.
Like he just let it linger too. He wasn't like, oh man, maybe I should get rid of my Nazi
Totenkopf.
tattoo. Totenkopf.
So what happened to him? What caused him to go from Nazi to Antifa?
He said that when he was younger, and I believe in the
Totenkopf.
Marines or in the Army, that
Most cats are chronically dehydrated because their owners don't know these 4 things. Number 1, cats instinctively prefer flowing water.
The No Kings protest took place this past weekend, and I still have no idea what they were even protesting, since it's, last time I checked, we don't actually have a king. The irony is, if the left wanted a king, these people would be out demanding a king. I don't care if they're out protesting, by the way. They can get their rocks off however they want. I just don't understand what they're trying to accomplish, much like the Women's March.
How would you define what a woman is?
How do I define what a woman is? Oh my god! Was the Women's March originally going to be titled No Dicks? And they were like, no, that's 2 on the nose. The silent part is no kings, but yes, dictators.
How does it feel to belong to the government?
It feels like one big happy family.
And I don't necessarily think that I'm owned by them at this point.
They just tore down all the statues of the people who fought the OG British king, and now they're out here looking like the Tea Party guys suddenly. By the way, I remember how the media used to treat the Tea Party when they would cover it.
As nothing but a bunch of tea-bagging rednecks.
Not so glowingly as they're covering these protesters. Oh, now you care about 1776? What happened to 1619, you dipshit?
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
Damn it, I swear to God, I will turn this ship around.
Now 1776 matters? Get the heck out of here. I don't want to hear it. We just spent like a decade being told that none of these people are good. There's statues somewhere in a body of water.
Yeah, all the founding fathers are racist.
All the founding fathers' statues have been torn down, and you guys are suddenly like, we will not allow a king here.
I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
I'm Bridget Fetisi, and this is your dumpster fire. I'm going through puberty again. Welcome to Dumpster Fire, where we make burgers out of your sacred cows. We premiere new episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central. Please join us in the chat. If you want to keep track of everything we do, the best way to do so is to go to Fetisi.com to see all the content we're churning out, which is a lot. Some might say too much.
There are simply too many notes, that's all. Just cut a few and it'll be perfect.
Okay. Getting right into it. All the videos of the protesters were so silly looking. It was like boomer fest. There were just lots of boomers in all of these videos. Liberal boomers everywhere. It doesn't even look like a protest. It's a parade. A parade of morons. I really truly go exercise your First Amendment. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. I just realize it is easy to see that entire personalities have been made around opposing Donald Trump. And I truly don't know what these people are going to do in like 3 years or 10 years when he finally cedes control of the government.
When he finally gives up his crown.
When he finally gives up his crown, what are they going to do? And the other weird thing about these protests is that you see, it's like, no kings, okay, we don't have a king, but it seems like you really so badly want him to be that thing that you say he is, so you can say that, like, we were right, see how right we were? It's weird how old the protesters were. They felt very manufactured, like the boomers' last stand. There was this hilarious tweet about how it was like, people who basically got out of the Vietnam War because they went to college and then they got brainwashed by a bunch of communists, and now they've been brainwashed by a bunch of Marxists again to go out and protest again. And he said, long story short, this is what would happen to Jenny in Forrest Gump if she didn't die of AIDS.
Now that I have the most contagious and incurable disease known to mankind, I'll finally have pity sex with you.
It did, have a little bit of that, hey man, we're just hippies, opposing the man. By the way, guys, there wouldn't be nearly the global unrest that you're seeing amongst Gen Z in particular if you boomers hadn't clung to your wealth and power and not let anyone come up the ladder behind you at all, the way that you've managed to do up to this very moment, actually. Based on the demographics, mostly all white people, it looks like it was a No Kangs rally. I mean, wow, guys, really saying the quiet part out loud. The Democratic Broad had to put out a funny change to the No Kings rally, saying that they've changed the No Kings theme of other events around the world to No Tyrants, so as not to mix messages in a country with a monarchy. We're also swapping out no crowns in favor of no clowns. The whole thing read like an invitation to a costume party. And also, why are you protesting no kings in other countries that have monarchies also? Guys, they had one of these rallies in the UK. You have much bigger problems than the problems we're facing here with Donald Trump, let me tell you that. Yeah. Much bigger. You should be having no shakes rallies over there. Where are all these people, by the way? say during COVID, when the government was padlocking playgrounds and filling in skate parks and taking the baskets off basketball courts, where were all of these protesters when schools were shut down, doing irreparable harm to an entire generation of children? Where were they when people were dying alone in hospitals? And addicts couldn't go to an AA meeting, but somehow liquor stores and bars were allowed to be open? Where were they when the government was mandating everyone take an experimental vaccine in order to fly or leave their house and go to the grocery store or a comedy show? They were in their houses, shaming people online for not getting vaxxed or wearing masks.
You are violating a mandated safer inside order.
These people marching are authoritarians at heart. They happily allowed a brain-dead moron to run the country as long as it's their brain-dead moron. The Biden administration coerced tech companies to censor conservatives and conservative opinion, which feels pretty authoritarian to me. They're not no kings. They're our king. They would abolish the Electoral College, stack the Supreme Court, remove the filibuster. They would cheer on every single one of these things that would undermine democracy as we know it. They would have no problem with an authoritarian or a king or a tyrant as long as it's theirs. They've never cared about the founding documents. They were written by a bunch of white men, colonizers, and slave owners the last time I checked. These people would ban plastic straws federally if they could. They're everything that they project or fear that they say the right is. That's what they are. They don't want small government. They want large government that intervenes on their behalf. This is them overreacting to what they've been free of having to deal with and what they've been doing to conservatives for decades. They've been calling the right literal Nazis and child murderers, and the right is supposed to get the vapors about some imaginary poop being dropped on an imaginary crowd from their imaginary cane. A video released on a platform none of them are even on. It's also funny, like, the left was like, see how peaceful these were? And they were. They were peaceful. It was great. But the left has an overdependence on the fact that it was peaceful. They're proud of themselves for finally not burning down bodegas during their mostly peaceful protests. They were like, you guys want this to be violent so badly. We're like, no, we're just happy to see that you're finally protesting in a way that's, you know, not violent and crazy. I've been to BLM protests and I've been in these crowds. I've just never been comfortable with groups chanting anything at any time. Whenever you have that like call and response thing, it's so deeply uncomfortable to me. It makes me feel like chills go down my spine. Even in AA, even in 12-step, I didn't like when there are these moments in AA meetings that, and people will say AA is like a cult, and I push back and I'm like, no, cults actually make money and take your money, and AA is free. But I do get it when people have that feeling, because there are moments in 12-step meetings where everybody knows like one thing and they all say it and you're like, ugh, you know, like you're sweating meth and everybody starts saying like, keep coming back, it works if you work it, and you're like, I'm fucking out of here, I'd rather OD in an alley.
I used to suck a coke. I seen them.
Even religion has always felt like a little bit creepy Simon Says for grown-ups for me. Especially when you go to the services, you see like the Muslims have their little yoga exercise where they're praying. I'll probably get a jihad put on me for saying that.
I'll put a jihad on them.
In Catholic Church, you stand up, you sit down, you kneel, you stand up. You've got to know all this stuff. It does feel a little bit like brainwashy Simon Says.
You're all individuals. Yes, we're all individuals.
I get it. I get why people are resistant to that. I'm resistant to it. But when you have these like large groups and they're like, we don't want no king. We don't want no king. He's gonna take our diamond ring. I don't know. He's gonna take our diamond rings.
You'd be really good at coming up with crowd chants. We're doing the best crowd chants.
Protest and just do fake crowd chants though. Like ones that seem really real, but they're just like made up.
He's gonna take our diamond rings.
He's gonna take our diamond rings. We don't want no fake kings. We don't want no fake kings. only unless they know how to sing. Like everyone's like, only unless they know how to sing.
Dad'd be like, what can you get the crowd to say?
Yeah. Simon f***ing Says for grown-ups.
We want the dog! We want the dog! We want the dog! We want the dog!
Pedro Pascal is there. Were all these celebrities there. Pedro Pascal was there, so it seems like Queens were allowed. Am I right? Ah, ayo. Okay, maybe he's. I don't know if he's gay or not. I also don't care. But he definitely looks like someone who says he's pansexual, and I absolutely want to punch anyone who says they're pansexual right in their face. I'm pansexual. Love this, bitch! As I punch them right in their mouth.
Oh, shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
There was a teacher that went viral, a Chicago teacher who mocked Charlie Kirk's assassination. She was doing this. Pay much attention to this video because if you told AI to create an unhinged liberal, it would literally create that woman, which is why when I saw it going around, I just thought it was fake. She's got it all. And people were so mad because she's a teacher, and we've said this on past dumpster fires. I don't think it's really that ridiculous to say that someone who teaches your children shouldn't be celebrating political assassination.
Any assassination. At all.
Any assassinations, but especially if you're there like, and then here's the Constitution. And she's like, kill your enemies. In response to the No Kings protest, Trump posted an AI video of himself wearing a crown in a fighter jet, dropping feces on the protesters. It is literally shit posting. It's so ridiculous, it's funny. I understand that when you are reading these things in a paper or you're hearing a very serious news person talk about this in very serious tones, like the President of the United States posted a meme on his platform Truth Social in which he was flying a fighter jet dropping what appeared to be feces on a group of protesters. And it is a little bit on the nose, Donald Trump just shitting on America. Dropping a bunch of shit on America. I really hope that he did it while he was on the toilet, because that would add such an element of lore to it. We're through the looking glass.
Yeah.
We're through it. And honestly, I read it. I did read it. I saw this going around. I saw people talking about it, and they were like, what? And then I watched it and died laughing. Can you imagine if Mitt Romney had responded to a speech by Barack Obama by posting a video of himself urinating on Michelle? And now I have spoken that video into existence. Send your best Mitt Romney urinating on Michelle Obama videos to Maggie in the comments.
Oh, God damn it.
JD Vance also posted an AI-generated video depicting Trump as king, with Democratic Party figures kneeling before him. Gen Z is running every campaign now, all over the world, and they're just shitposting meme lords. That's what they do. That's what they're good at. It's what they've grown up in.
The shroud of the dark side has fallen.
Begun. The shit posting wars have. But this is nothing new. It's just funnier now. You don't have to write mean roast jabs when you can just make a meme. Our friends at Reason summed this up nicely over 14 years ago when we thought things had gotten as negative as they'd ever get.
John Adams is a blind, bald, crippled, toothless man. Murder, robbery, rape, adultery, and incest will be openly taught and practiced.
The nastiest, most negative election aides have taken dirty to a whole new level.
It can seem like a return to civility is not possible.
And I'm pretty sure this is just Barron in his dad's ear. I'm pretty sure he tweeted it. He was like in his ear and he's like, release the poop meme, father.
At my signal, unleash hell.
So this is how democracy dies, with feces being dropped on a AI Harry Sisson. Before our next segment, don't forget to like, subscribe, touch my bells and buttons, and tell your friends about us. We hit 100,000. We are so grateful for you guys. We're shooting the Mexican weather report this week. We'll get you the outtakes for people in the Fantasy.com community behind the paywall. You will get the video on its own. Don't worry, you won't miss it. Thank you for your patience. You have to stick around through the ad to see the weather report, guys. Sorry, them's the rules. Everyone in our dumpster fire audience knows we're genuinely concerned with the welfare of your balls. So if you're looking for the perfect pair of jeans to pull on over the perfect ball supporting on by going, is that
Year-round grilling experts, like my buddy Scott here, choose RecTech grills. That's right, RecTech is the hottest company.
Pasamos a la imagen del satélite, vemos qué es lo que está sucediendo en este momento, vemos este frente frío número 52 de la temporada que bueno, pues ya se encuentra afectando gran parte del norte de nuestro país y esto pues también en interacción con este canal de baja presión.
Thank you, Yuvia. You look gorgeous. Now, my favorite story of maybe the year, actually. Thieves committed a heist at the Louvre, stealing 9 pieces of France's priceless crown jewels in 7 minutes, humiliating France. The French haven't been this embarrassed since they were ruled by the Gauls. The French haven't been this embarrassed since their president's wife had to submit scientific photo evidence to a podcaster to prove she's not a man. But actually, the French aren't embarrassed. They don't really seem capable of shame, otherwise they would have been embarrassed by how many times they've needed to be rescued by other countries. They don't get embarrassed. They're the ones we're embarrassed about, like the Olympics last year.
Hey, costumes?
What the fuck? There's so many things I love about this story. One being that everyone, my friend Iowa Hawk, was making fun of like what the heists are like in movies. It's like going through lasers. And then it was just like a dude in a jacket just sawing through glass with this like crappy video of it.
New video appears to show a suspect calmly breaking into a glass display containing the stolen jewels.
I also love that we live in such a nightmarish dystopia of a global surveillance state that the reaction to this roundly was that it's wholesome. That's what everyone kept saying. This is so wholesome. Who knew that anyone could get away with a nostalgic art heist in the modern time of everyone being surveilled everywhere? They did this in broad daylight, by the way, with people filming it for their Instagram. Yes, in a world where the President of the United States is dropping thousands of pounds of feces from a fighter jet onto a crowd of protesters, in AI, of course, this theft was practically a Norman Rockwell painting. We all think that life is not interesting, but it turns out life is very exciting. These guys have proven me wrong. You can just do things. Have an art heist. Here we are talking about politics and making memes, and these guys are pulling off heists and saying things like, "You son of a bitch, I'm in."
How do we get in? With a little help from some old friends.
Rick Sanchez, you son of a bitch!
Sanchez, you son of a bitch.
Hey, Dracula! You son of a bitch! I'm in!
I'm over here worried about if my house is clean enough for the housekeepers to literally clean it. And these guys are scaling ladders and breaking into the Louvre and saying, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." I'm eating a cupcake at a birthday party in the suburbs, not even enjoying it because I'm worried that I'm too fat and then entering perimenopause. Just mentally obsessing about the dumbest shit, watching kids in a bouncy house in just a backyard somewhere in Texas. And these guys are cruising down the Italian Riviera in a Riva Aqua Riva wearing Dolce sunglasses, all looking in the same direction. These guys are probably fighting and f***ing in exotic locations while draped in jewels they stole. And I'm over here genuinely angry that my husband got the wrong brand of peanut butter. Their next move will be to meet up with their underworld client at a seedy bar in Shanghai where they have to go by code names like the Jaguar. And I'm completely stressed out about whether it's too early or too late to aerate my yard. They're toasting each other with Dom Perignon at the top of the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore, and I'm in a church basement collecting my 12-year sobriety chip, literally saying I'm powerless. It's so crazy. Like, that you can live such an exciting life like that, and most of us don't understand you can just do things. Experts say that if they don't find the jewels in a week, they'll be melted down and the jewels cut, so that in addition to the jewel thieves, you also have a Liam Neeson type dude who is a week away from retirement on the case, who doesn't have time for this shit.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
But just so you know, my sourdough is lovely, although I think it might have been slightly overproofed. Maybe this whole no kings thing was a distraction.
Yeah.
Go all the way back, though. They had to get Donald Trump elected. It goes back that far. They were like, all right, we're pulling this up, but first we need to get Donald Trump elected. They were going to do it in 2021, but their plans were foiled. All these climate protesters spray painting the Mona Lisa don't give a shit about the environment. They were just testing security. They were the Raptors testing the fence. They're on the yacht burning fossil fuels with the rest of them right now. That, by the way, is the funniest idea for a movie that I can think of. Ocean's 15 is just these guys having to like go back and do all of these insane geopolitical things just so that they can perfectly pull off their jewel heist. Why was this protest on October 18th? Like, I don't get it. Why today? What is the significance of this day? And now we know, actually. It was these guys. They needed a distraction. And they got one. Okay, here's how I'm gonna present this to you, people watching the show who wanna lose weight. We are 6 weeks away from America getting the f***its, all right? That's when everybody checks out and they lose all the gains they made in the entire year. All the weight gains, all of the money-saving games, any kind of schedule you've cobbled together, you will lose it all in 6 weeks, unless you get on your game right now and you decide, hell no, I'm ending this year on a high note. I'm going all the way through those weeks during the holidays. I'm not gonna end. I'm gonna get strong right now and continue to for the rest of the year. And for support in this, nothing beats the Caliber app. The Caliber app is 100% free to get started, with the ability to upgrade to unlock more features or add a coach or for one-on-one support. The free version of the app provides full ad-free access to the app's features, including over 500 exercises, workout tracking, and the ability to create custom exercises. From there, you can upgrade to Caliber Pro, which includes group coaching, or you can upgrade to Caliber Premium, which includes one-on-one coaching. I've said it before, but Caliber has been life-changing for me. It makes weight and strength training simple and easy. Ladies, get those reps in. We're perimeno. It's not good. You're not gonna keep that muscle up by yourself. The app is incredible. It gives you step-by-step instructions and even videos on how to correctly perform the moves. It allows you to see your gains and increases in strength, reps, and performance. So check out the Caliber app. See if any of their versions is right for you. Click the link below to get started and get strong. United Nations Women tweeted a picture of women in niqabs behind the slogan, "When women lead, peace follows." Oh, God. The caption read, "With active conflicts at its highest level since 1946, the role of women in peace building is more important than ever. Alongside women on the ground, UN Women is uplifting women's leadership to realize a peaceful world for all women and girls."
God, you can't make this shit up!
I mean, beyond parody.
All of the women were covered head to toe.
Beyond, not even one woman with no coverage. This was basically the UN dumping shit on women. I can't believe someone posted this with a straight face. Well, we don't know if they had a straight face because her face was covered. All the women in that photo were probably publicly stoned directly after this shoot for showing too much wrist or some shit. I mean, how do we even get here? The community note went so hard on Twitter. This is why I love community notes is truly a phenomenal addition to X.
The niqab in this image reflects the Taliban's morality laws, subjugating Afghan women, banning education beyond primary school, employment, and public movement without male guardians, contrary to the UN Women's mission to uplift women's leadership. They actually posted this as an example of women's leadership.
Yeah. They're like, women leading you right back into the fucking Stone Age. This is what happens when women lead. You end up in a burqa, a niqab, whatever. It makes me wonder though if this isn't like the global, like this is the global push for this to be fucking normalized. That's what's so infuriating about this, is that this is a very subtle, and the fact that the community note has been removed is even more disturbing. It's this subtle push to normalize this as like, hey, this is just women's empowerment and it looks different for women in other countries. They want to wear this stuff. They want that. They're choosing to wear all of this from head to toe. No, they're not. No, they're not. And go talk to anybody like Yasmin Mohammed and how it makes you fucking invisible. And this is just a push to make this all like normal so that Islam can conquer the entire world. Anyways,
It's funny because it's true.
if you love the dumpster fire, the best thing you can do is become a paid supporter at Phetasy.com. You get the unedited version of this dumpster fire. We leave a lot of inappropriate things on the cutting room floor. You also get access to everything else we're doing, and it's a lot. Join us out on YouTube every Tuesday and Friday, 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central for a new dumpster fire. Thank you to everyone who helps make dumpster fire possible. Thank you to Ben, Kevin, Marlene, and Better Phetasy. Thank you to The Perfect Gene and Caliber for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you to all of you. We love you. Welcome back, Maggie. Thank you.
Thank you, Bridget.
People were very worried that you quit because they...
Did you not give them any explanation?
No,
for where
I didn't.
was?
I would just let them try and... You're a mystery. I figured, you know... No, I did mention there was some dust in our family and that I'm a tyrant. And now to cleanse your palate, the internet is glorious!
Wait! Stop! Don't eat that food!
Who are you? What are you doing in our house?
I'm from the future. I'm here to warn you, don't eat that food.
Why not?
The eggs, they're full of cholesterol.
What?
Eating even just one egg can dramatically increase your chance of heart attack. Don't eat eggs.
Oh my God. Thank you.
You're welcome. Godspeed.
Well, I guess I better take those eggs.
Wait! Stop!
Oh, you're back!
Yeah, we were wrong about the eggs.
How?
It turns out there's two types of cholesterol. There's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol, and eggs actually have both. So you can eat eggs, but just don't eat the egg yolks. So stick with the egg whites.
Yes, thank you.
Godspeed. Wait! We were wrong about the eggs.
Again?
Yeah, okay, so it turns out that the amount of cholesterol in a food doesn't actually affect how much cholesterol ends up in your blood. The eggs are probably fine. In fact, we sort of don't even know what cholesterol is. But the steak! You can't eat the steak! Wait! We were wrong about the steak. It's the toast. Man was not meant to eat bread.
What do you mean man was not meant to eat bread?
Turns out it's genetic. Doesn't matter whether you exercise or what you eat. I'm sorry I ruined your meal.
Remember, life is absurd. Don't take yourself so damn seriously. Take the work seriously. Don't take yourself seriously. This has been your dumpster fire. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich like a jewel thief. Homeownership was once considered part and parcel of the American dream. Now it is something that is out of reach for many Americans. Do you own your own home? Do you want to own a home but can't afford it? Do you own a home but wish you didn't? What are some of the benefits and disadvantages of homeownership that you've experienced? We're going to talk about all of this and the frustration so many young Americans are feeling about not being able to achieve that dream on our next Real America. Join me, Bridget Phetasy, on Real America, Wednesday, October 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We will be live discussing this. You can register to join the conversation at twoway.tv/BridgetZoom, or you can simply watch the episode at Real America Phetasy on YouTube. See you then.
There's practically no difference between our $40 shoes and up.
So this dummy just returned our chromogen.
Last night, satellites recorded something no one expected. One side of Mount Etna quietly slipped toward the sea. It wasn't an eruption, it was a fracture, a slow, silent tear running through Europe's most active volcano. For decades, Etna has glowed harmlessly above Sicily's towns, a fiery tourist backdrop. But now, the mountain itself is starting to move. Whole slopes, weighing billions of tons, are sliding inch by inch toward the Mediterranean. And scientists say this isn't surface erosion, it's the volcano breaking apart from within. If that flank lets go, it won't just bury villages. It could send a wall of water racing across the...
The No Kings protest took place this past weekend, and
Last night, satellites recorded something known Etna's slope movement. Even sensors show magma forcing open deep fractures, while gravity drags the entire structure downhill. Every centimeter of movement adds pressure, and every pulse of magma pushes it closer to collapse. People living on those slopes don't feel a thing. The ground looks solid, the vineyard's still green, but beneath them, the mountain is unraveling. A slow-motion disaster already underway. How far can a volcano tear before it gives way? And would anyone recognize the warning signs in time? Scientists studying Etna say the danger isn't the lava you can see. It's the chain reaction you can't. They've discovered something they call a volcanic feedback loop. Here's how it works. When magma rises from deep below, it forces open cracks inside the mountain, melting rock and prying it apart. That pressure pushes the flank downhill, and when the flank moves, it opens even more space for magma to surge upward. Each movement feeds the next. A self-reinforcing cycle that's accelerating right now. In the last decade, Etna's slope movement has doubled. Sensors buried in the rock show sections sliding centimeters each month. That may sound small, but when the mass in motion weighs billions of tons, every centimeter counts. Seismic instruments have begun picking up rhythmic tremors. Not random noise, but pulses that match the speed of that creeping slide. It's as if the volcano has found its own heartbeat, and there's a reason that rhythm matters. In 2018, a team from Italy and Germany placed sensors on the sea floor, right where Etna's base meets the Ionian coast. They expected to measure minor stress. Instead, they found the entire underwater flank, slipping toward the abyss. That discovery changed everything. Etna isn't just cracking, it's shifting as one giant block. A mountain on the move. If that motion accelerates, it won't stop at the shoreline. It'll dive straight into the Mediterranean, and the consequences won't stay in Sicily. History shows what happens when Etna's rhythm speeds up. It ends the same way. Collapse, eruption, chaos. And scientists say the signs we're seeing now mirror one of the most destructive events in European history. Back in 1669, the warnings looked small, a few ground cracks, low rumbles that villagers mistook for storms. Then, in one night, the southern slope split open, not at the summit, but halfway down the mountain, right above people's homes. From that gash poured an ocean of fire. Lava rolled across farmland, swallowing entire villages. For 4 straight months, Etna didn't stop. The flow reached the city of Catania, burst through its fortress walls, and kept going until it expanded the island itself, literally adding new coastline to Sicily. That eruption rewrote the map and the conditions that triggered it. Ground fractures, flank movement, deep magma pressure dash are exactly what satellites are seeing now. Here's the part no one wants to hear. Etna's 1669 eruption came after decades of slow, silent deformation, almost identical to what's happening today. The last time it reached this level of movement, it didn't stop sliding until the mountain tore itself open. So the question is no longer, will Etna erupt? It's how it will fail this time. Will it vent harmlessly from the summit or split from the side again, closer to the towns, the ports, and nearly 1 million people living on its flanks? If the movement we're seeing continues, Etna isn't just preparing to erupt, it's preparing to fail. And when a volcano fails, it doesn't fall quietly. Scientists fear the southeastern flank, a slab of rock the size of a small country, could one day break loose and slide into the sea. Billions of tons of earth moving at once, collapsing in seconds. It sounds impossible, but the physics are simple. The slope is already slipping. Gravity is pulling it downhill, and magma is acting like a lubricant, pushing from beneath. If that flank lets go, it won't be a slow motion event. It would hit the Mediterranean like a meteor. Imagine a wall of rock crashing into deep water. The impact forcing up a pulse of ocean. That turns into a tsunami within minutes. Simulations show waves up to 50 meters high, slamming into Sicily's coast, followed by surges racing outward toward Malta, Greece, and North Africa. Ports destroyed, cities flooded, ships tossed inland like toys. And the terrifying part, there might be no warning. Because this collapse wouldn't start with an explosion.
A wide range of professional-grade products you need. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With an explosion, it would start with silence, one final shudder, then everything moves at once. Scientists call it a flank collapse, but in reality, it's a volcanic landslide, powerful enough to rewrite coastlines. And history proves it can happen. The same kind of event struck Hawaii's Big Island, tens of thousands of years ago, sending debris halfway across the Pacific. Etna sits in the same geological danger zone, and its slope is already in motion. Right now, sensors under the sea show the mountains sliding a few centimeters each month. That doesn't sound like much until you remember that the last time. Etna's flank accelerated like this. It ended with fire, ash, and the sea rising to meet the land. For years, scientists thought Etna's movement was just surface creep, harmless expansion from small eruptions. But in 2018, a research team from Germany and Italy proved otherwise. They anchored sensors to the seafloor beneath the Ionian Sea, directly in the volcano's shadow. And what they found shocked them. The entire southeastern flank isn't just shifting on land, it's sliding underwater. The base of Etna, the part buried beneath the sea, is creeping toward the abyss. And that means the mountain isn't cracking from the top down. It's failing from the bottom up. In the years since, satellite radar and GPS readings have confirmed the same motion. Steady, accelerating, and unmistakable. The slope is moving centimeters per month, and the speed is increasing after every eruption. It's as if each burst of magma acts like a hydraulic jack, lifting and prying the mountain apart, one push at a time. The scary part? That movement doesn't stop when the eruptions do. Even in calm years, Etna keeps shifting, like a living creature that never sleeps. Scientists have mapped microquakes along the sliding zone, tiny fractures clicking like distant clockwork. Each one marks stress redistributing, as the flank inches closer to failure. And deep in the magma chambers below, ground deformation sensors have picked up strange rhythmic pulses, expansions and contractions that no one fully understands. Some geologists think the volcano is breathing a slow inhale of pressure, building a shallow exhale of release. But if the timing changes, if those pulses sync with the flank's motion, it could be the moment the whole structure gives way. The data is clear, Etna is moving, and it's moving faster than ever before. Etna's collapse isn't a single event waiting to happen, it's a chain reaction, already in motion. Every eruption, every tremor, every sigh of gas from the summit feeds energy into the same unstable slope. It's a feedback loop. And once it starts, it's almost impossible to stop. Here's how it works. When magma rises from deep within the crust, it pushes outward, cracking the mountain like glass. That heat and pressure force the southeastern flank to inch downward, just a few centimeters at first. But that movement in turn creates even more space for magma to intrude. The more it moves, the easier it becomes to move again. A volcano tearing itself apart from the inside out. And now, scientists believe the loop is accelerating. Recent GPS data shows sudden bursts of motion, immediately after eruptions. Shifts that used to take months, now happening in a matter of days. Seismologists have even detected deep, low-frequency earthquakes that suggest magma is surging into new fractures beneath the sliding flank. The volcano isn't just leaking pressure, it's expanding like a balloon under strain. That's why geologists fear a tipping point, a moment when the downward pull of gravity overcomes the mountain's internal strength. If that happens, it won't erupt politely from the summit. The volcano could split open along its side, unleashing a flood of lava straight toward the coast. And the more the flank slides, the more likely that scenario becomes. The process is like loosening the lid on a boiling pot. Each slip releases a little steam, but makes the next burst more violent. At some point, the lid doesn't hold anymore. If Etna reaches that threshold, we won't be talking about a normal eruption. We'll be watching a mountain collapse in real time. For the people living on Etna's slopes, the danger isn't theoretical. It's beneath their feet. Villages like Zaffarana, Nicolosi, and Lingua Glossa sit directly on the moving flank. To the locals, tremors are just part of life. Windows rattle, walls crack, and then everything goes quiet again. But what most don't realize is that the ground beneath their homes isn't just shaking, it's migrating, sliding centimeter by centimeter toward the sea. Entire neighborhoods creeping downhill like a slow-motion landslide. Roads buckle, ancient stone walls split open, and survey markers that once lined up perfectly now sit misaligned by whole meters. To a geologist, it's terrifying. To most residents, it's invisible. Scientists have tried to sound the alarm. In 2023, researchers at Italy's National Institute for Geophysics and Volcanology published a report calling the southeast flank a slow-motion disaster zone. Their models showed that even a minor trigger, a heavy rain season, a mid-sized earthquake, or another magma intrusion, could accelerate the slope's motion exponentially, but warnings rarely make headlines when the mountain looks calm. And that's the cruel part. Etna's danger isn't the explosions that light up the sky, it's the silence between them. Tourists still climb the crater rim for photos, vineyards still grow on its fertile slopes, and entire towns depend on the volcano for their identity and economy. The longer nothing happens, the harder it becomes to convince anyone that something will. Yet the sensors keep ticking, the slope keeps shifting, and every small quake adds another crack to the puzzle. If the flank lets go suddenly, tens of thousands would have only minutes to react. And no clear escape routes. The question haunting scientists isn't if the collapse will happen. It's whether anyone will believe the warnings in time. If Etna's flank fails, it won't just bury a few towns. It could trigger one of the fastest moving natural disasters in modern European history. When billions of tons of rock hit the Ionian Sea, they displace enough water to send a wall racing outward. A Mediterranean tsunami. And because the sea here is shallow near the coast but deep offshore, that wave wouldn't fade, it would grow. Simulations run by the GEOMAR Institute in Germany show what could happen. Within 5 minutes, waves over 30 meters high could slam into Sicily's eastern coastline. Within 15, they'd reach Malta and southern Italy. And within an hour, the shock would hit Greece, Tunisia, and even the northern shores of Africa. In total, more than 20 million people live in the potential impact zone. But the scariest part, there's almost no warning system for an event like this. The Mediterranean isn't wired like the Pacific, where deep-sea sensors can detect a tsunami minutes after a quake. Here, the first sign might not be an alert. It might be the ocean itself, pulling back from the shore. Ports, refineries, and power stations line these coastlines. A sudden surge would tear through them, igniting fires, rupturing pipelines, and cutting off energy to entire regions. Malta's Grand Harbor could be gone in minutes. Syracuse and Catania, flattened. And the aftershocks wouldn't just be physical. Europe's shipping lanes, data cables, and coastal economies all pass through the same bottleneck. One collapse on Etna could ripple across the entire Mediterranean economy in hours. It's a reminder that volcanoes don't just reshape landscapes.
Let's get fiscal. Lesson 2, credit card combat. Getting your finances together? Learn to master your money with Credit Karma today for a stronger tomorrow. Defend yourself against generic advice and one-size-fits-all recommendations. Credit Karma gathers offers from trusted partners, helping you quickly pin down the cards and loans that are right for you so you can build those money muscles. Harness the power of Credit Karma today to win your financial future tomorrow.
Landscapes. They rewrite history because the same mountain that built Sicily's fertile soil could, in one violent moment, redraw its entire coastline. And according to scientists, that moment may not be centuries away. It could already be building beneath the waves. Every instrument on Mount Etna is whispering the same message. The mountain is changing. GPS stations along the southeastern slope are recording steady, measurable movement, some as fast as 4 centimeters a month. Thermal satellites have detected subtle temperature spikes around the fissures that split open in 2024, and deep seismic sensors have started picking up those low, drawn-out rumbles that geologists call volcanic sighs, the kind that often appear before structural shifts. Dr. Alessia Moretti of Italy's National Institute for Geophysics and Volcanology put it bluntly, Etna's flank is no longer stable. The process is irreversible. The only question left is how fast it happens. For scientists, this isn't just another eruption study. It's a race to understand how an entire volcano can slowly dismantle itself before the final collapse. If Etna gives way completely, it could become the first recorded flank failure of a major stratovolcano in the modern era. A geological event powerful enough to reshape coastlines and rewrite textbooks. Teams from Italy, Germany, and Japan are now deploying new undersea instruments to map the motion in real time. But even with cutting-edge tech, there's no reliable way to predict the break. It could be triggered by a quake, by magma pressure, or by nothing more than gravity itself. And when it happens, there won't be a countdown. Only seconds of silence before the mountain moves. Etna has erupted hundreds of times in human history. But this time, the eruption might not come from the summit. It could come from the mountain's heart, as an entire flank slides into the sea. The world's most watched volcano is breaking apart, and somewhere beneath the Sicilian soil, the clock is still ticking. So what do you think? Are we witnessing Etna's slow-motion collapse? Or just another phase in its endless life cycle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the forces that shape our planet, because sometimes the ground moves before we ever hear the warning.
Oh my God, what a shot.
Need to get into the tree line behind it, with him, behind him. Where's he as a friend? No!
Hello, man. Ay, talaga.
Looks nice.
Hello guys, hello. Mas eu quero ficar por dentro. Cara, tipo, eu tô indo embora.
was fucking stupid.
I actually, growing up, copied your...
I'm not sure why your friend is shooting. Why is he shooting?
Oh, what's up, mate?
I'm not the Brazilians, with the Brazilians in the barn.
What? Let's be real. Social media, it's the highlight reel. You see the glow, the glam, the safe for work version of me. But the real fun, that's happening somewhere else. It's live, it's unfiltered, it's on Tango.me.
Barn.
What? Brazilians in the barn? What did he say?
What you got? What?
What's going on? To the barn! Help me! What fun? What happened?
Ty, kurwa, ruda!
Is a nice guy. Is it true we might getting a Gypsy and Myron collaboration? I don't know. Like, look, Myron is a nice guy, and I appreciate him being like a based nigger. You know what I mean? Which is kind of funny in itself. But I don't know if I could go on there. Not because so much of Myron, but more because, like, he's got his whole fucking staff is niggers. Like, I'm gonna go on there, I'm gonna say what, because I'm not gonna, if let's say I went on, I'm not gonna hold back, I'm gonna say what I say. And then one of them might get pissed off, they wanna fight, I don't give a shit, but I mean, do I really wanna put myself in that position, which is like, yeah, I don't know. Myron, I'm sure, would like be like, hey, like, chill out, but one of them are gonna get all pissy.
Isn't this a strange...
Is it true what Myron said about me? He's been very polite, he's been very kind, very supportive, and I think he's a good man, which I don't ever say about blacks. But beyond that, I don't think so. I don't think it'd be good for me. And look, I'm sure someone's gonna clip it and like send it to Myron. Myron, if you see it later, like, look, you're a good dude, I like you, and I appreciate all the kind words, and I've said very nice things about you. And I know me and you are like, you know, we're cool. And I do know that some of your fans have asked me to come on, but I don't think that I could do it, man. I just don't think I can. You know, I don't need my character or what I've built coming into question. So, because I believe in this and I really love it and I would never want to throw it away. And I don't think that that's the case as far as like Myron goes, but it would just be a whole like controversy and everything. But do I count Myron as a decent man? Yes. Do I respect what he says and his takes on some things? I think that he does have some really good takes, and he does say the truth about a lot of situation with the blacks and with the Jews. He calls these things out, he's not afraid to, so I can respect that. I really can. No, I don't, it's not about what it's about the whole, how can I put this? It's about how the whole thing would be perceived. They're gonna say, let's say I go on, right? They're gonna say that, oh look, he doesn't hate the niggers that much, but he's not really about that life because he's going on talking, like that's what everyone's gonna say. And it's not the truth. Like I don't want those people around, I don't like them. I don't want them around, I don't want